Hello, beautiful kings and queens. Hello. Hello. Happy Saturday, beautiful people. Happy Saturday. Thank you to you all for tuning in today on the Mother Earth Show. Today I have Miss Bernadette Staines, and I am so excited, super honored. She's so dope. She's a beautiful lady, legendary. Good Times will always be such a beautiful show and inspiration all around the world, especially for Black people, about hardships and hard times and sticking it out and making it through as a family no matter what. So thank you all for tuning in right now. Thank you. Thank you, kings and queens, for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you. I hope everybody's having a beautiful and blessed day today. Hi. Hi, beautiful kings and queens. Hello, hello. 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 Hi, beautiful people. Give me 1 second. Hi, Queen. How are you? I can't. I can't hear you, Queen. No. Can you hear me? I still can't hear you.
Okay, now
I can hear you, Queen.
I didn't plugs in. Maybe that's it.
Yes, Queen. How are you today? How's you and your beautiful family doing this?
Fine, good.
That's good, Queen. First of all, let me say it is such an honor to be interviewing you. I'm not gonna cry. I remember watching you when I was eight years old on TV on Good Times. My parents installed that show inside and out. I have all the seasons. I have all your books you have written. So you are just
Oh,
a
thank you.
legendary, a beautiful, gifted Black woman. You deserve your flowers every day, and this is such an honor to be interviewing you, Queen. So thank you for allowing me to
Thank
interview you
you.
today, Queen. Thank you
You're
so much,
welcome.
Queen.
You're
Thank you. So,
welcome.
Queen. So let's just talk about you being the example of how a Black woman should be. in the world in our generation, especially a
Thank
beautiful
you.
black woman. Um,
Thank you.
first seeing you,
Lay it
first
down.
time on Good Times, I was like, oh my God, who is this beautiful lady on this show? I mean, you gave us everything. You gave us power. You gave us boldness. You gave us beautiful elegance,
Thank
classiness.
you.
You were just the whole package. It still is the whole package. So, Queen, let's
Thanks.
just start talking about how did you first, who created Good Times? Where did the show start about? And how did you join the show? Like, what was the procedures in joining the show?
Okay. Okay. Eric Monty and Michael Evans are the ones who joined, I mean, who created it.
Oh,
Norman Lear,
okay.
yeah. Norman Lear is the one who developed it.
Okay.
He did not create it, he
Wow.
developed it. And I got on it because I was at a beauty pageant, actually, one that my mother went to. Hal, at the time, Hal Jackson was the one who was putting all the beauty pageants together at the time, and he was doing it all for like grown up girls. And my mother said that teenagers want to be in beauty pageants too. So the next year, he created a beauty pageant for teenagers, and I was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Really no connection to Hal or the show or anything. I was there, and there was a manager there and who had saw me there, and came up to my mother and said, we're creating a television show, and your daughter looks like she could fit in it. And it gave her a card to see Norman Lear and to go up to CBS and audition.
Mm.
And so that's how it happened. um, when I got there, it was like thousands of girls. So I said, "Oh God, he's telling everybody this." So I did my little part, and it was funny. I saw Norman Lear sitting there, and Jimmy Walker was already casted for the part and everything. And I just remember doing what I do with my brothers, because I'm from Brownsville, so I know how
Mm.
to handle my brothers. And so I had Norman laughing, and then I never heard anything back from them for months. And then I
Mm.
forgot about it. No, that's how it is.
Okay.
And then they called and they said they wanted to see us in California. And by that time, it was only four girls. And I did my part, they did their part, I did my part, they did their part. And it was really, we went back to New York, and after that I didn't hear from them for another month or so. So this is the
Mm.
thing. This thing was out of my mind. I'm like, well, if you don't hear
Yeah.
from people, it's over.
Right.
And so one day, it was like around Christmas time, actually, my birthday, and I came back from the store, and my mother looked at me funny, and she looked at me, and then she said, I can, how you could almost read something, and she looked at me with her legs crossed. She said, Bernadette. I said, what? She said, you got it. I
Oh,
said, I got
wow.
what? Said, you're Thelma. And that was one of the best
Oh,
days, you know what I mean? Because it really was like my
yeah.
birthday time. So it was like a gift. And I said to God,
Mm.
thank you.
Yes.
Changed my life.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
hmm
yes, Queen. So, Queen,
Thank
so
you.
tell me, was it challenging when you got on the show? Knowing scripts, getting in front of a screen.
No, it hadn't been challenging because I had studied at Juilliard, for
Okay.
and so I knew the procedures of creating a character, of doing my part, repeating. I knew the basics. So
Mm.
I was ready for them. It's just that I had never done a professional job before.
Right.
So just by watching Esther Roll and watching John Amos, and even Ralph Carter was a professional. He was
Mm.
he was like the number one of the kids. He had the top billing.
Right. Mm.
And I just would sit back and watch everything. And Esther schooled me well. She told me, she said, you don't hang with these people, you hang with these people, you don't do this, you do that. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, from Catholic school, I'm obedient, so I listen.
Mm-hmm.
And it just worked out. And I
Right.
thank Esther Roll so much for
Mm.
being the leader that she was in our
Mm.
show,
Yes.
because I
Beautiful.
didn't have a lot to say in the beginning.
Mm.
And she is the one who literally said, let me handle it. And it ended up where she told me to go up to the producers and to tell them who Thelma was. Because we were the first Black family show.
Mm-hmm.
I was the first Black female teenager to ever be on television. So they had
Mm.
no concept of how to write for me.
Right.
So I had to
Right.
tell them.
Right, Queen.
So I
And you
actually
and
create, thank you. I
yes,
actually created
Queen.
good Thelma.
Yes, and the show was such powerful, beautiful, phenomenal show. And Queen, tell me how it was working with the beautiful cast members on the show, and tell me what were some of your favorite moments on Good Times.
Well, everybody had a very distinct personality.
Mm-hmm.
Esther Roll was laid back and cool at all times because she was, the star. And she would not very voice her opinion very much. She would
Mm-hmm.
just know what she want done. And then I think she would talk to the producers and they would make it done. Jimmy was a runaway character. In other words, when he hit the screen, he blew up. It was just
Right.
something about him being a comedian. So he was like one of the, usually in a television show, you'll have a runaway character, somebody that
Mm-hmm.
you least expect that will just blow up. So he did. And he was very, very funny and he did his little thing. But he's a comedian, he's not an
Yes.
actor. So he
Yes.
think, he'll do funny stuff.
Right.
So he was a comic relief. And there are some fellas in the ghetto that act up like him.
Right.
But Jimmy and I were like a contrast, but we worked so well together.
Y'all did. Y'all
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Beautiful,
We
beautiful,
yeah,
real phenomenal family. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like y'all grew up as babies together.
Yeah, we did. We
Yes.
did. It was
Yes.
so good. And I really it was a magical time. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I always say that that show had a blessing on it because
Mm-hmm.
it everything blended together so well. I mean, we had the right father, we had the right mom, we had the right brother and sister and the little militant midget who delivered all the information.
Right.
I was more or less the peacekeeper, okay, everything's fine. And Jimmy was just the buffoon or whatever they want to call it. But
Right.
he was a character that kept us laughing. And
Yes.
through the comedy, we were able to weave in some very heavy situations.
Mm-hmm.
So he played his part well because we
Yes.
were able to weave in VD, for instance, the gun violence,
Mm-hmm.
alcoholism,
Mm.
drugism. I mean, drugs
Yes.
were in there. I mean, pregnancy, teen pregnancy, we hit on so many things that even the
Mm-hmm.
little kids didn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
That's clever writing. I
Right.
gotta give
You.
the I gotta give the
Yes.
writers, their props on that. They knew how to write it where it wouldn't offend
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm.
children, and the children loved it.
Right. Right.
Writing is not like that today.
It's not. It's not. I
Mm-mm.
agree, Queen. It's not. And your role in the show was so important. It was speeches and powerful statements you made in the show. And I always wanted to ask, did some of that was that you naturally not reading off a script? Because I could feel through the screen. This is
Hmm.
how she's feeling. This is her
Well,
review
yes.
of
Oh, yes.
how what's going
This
on
is
in this
because
world.
of what, like, remember I told you about Esther telling me to
Mm-hmm.
go up to the producers and write, and she wanted me to have a voice. She
Mm-hmm.
said, my oldest son have a voice, my youngest son has a voice, and my daughter must have a voice. I guess that was the movement of the black woman too,
Right.
move or a woman, period.
Right.
And they always doused it down or whatever, but she wouldn't allow that. So she made
Mm-hmm.
sure we that she had a voice, and my voice spoke too. I had little speeches, I had little opinions. My boyfriends, I had lessons to learn, and my mother
Right.
had to teach me. The older man, I wanted him because he could do things for me, which
Right.
was a lesson, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had Larry. You remember I had Larry, and he wanted to take me off to California. That wasn't going to happen.
Right. Right.
And the African prince had the five wives. Poor
Yes.
thing. And that wasn't going to happen.
Right.
So it looked really bleak for Thelma for a while, you
Right.
know. And then
Right.
they didn't, at that time, they didn't know whether to marry her off or to make her go to college. You see, back in those days, women got married.
Right.
So I was
Mm-hmm.
right in the cut of what do we do? Marry her or go to college? So Esther said, we're going to do both. She's
Hmm.
going to go to college and then in a couple of years she can get married. So
Yeah.
we did it like that, you
Yes, and
know.
it turned out so beautiful, Queen. So
Thank
beautiful,
you.
Queen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Queen. So tell me, what has kept you, doing excellent in the industry, just being you, and not switching out of your lane and staying true to who you are. Tell me how that process is, and how important is it to stay true to who you are in the industry.
Well, you have to be true to yourself as a person,
Mm,
you
mm.
know.
Yeah.
And so I remember when I was very young, I was about maybe 13, 14, maybe 15. My
Mm,
dad said to me, I was combing my hair doing something, and he passed by me and he said, "Remember something." He would talk like that. I said,
mm,
"What, Dad?" He said, "Always be true to your heart." I'm
mm.
like, "Yeah, okay." Not really understanding what he meant,
Right.
but what he meant is a lot of times people compromise for different things, you
Mm,
know, and then in the end, they're hurt in their heart about it. They're
mm.
not true to it. And, you know, things can go flip flop because you're not in control of a lot of things.
Right.
So if you do things that's not in your heart to do and it doesn't go well, you lose out so many ways, you
Mm.
know.
Say that again.
Yeah, you lose out so many ways. So make sure that if you make a decision, it benefits your heart. It's something you want to do, whether it's good or bad. Not
Mm.
saying I'm not a judge, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying whatever you decide to do, make sure it works for your heart.
Absolutely, Queen.
Hmm.
Absolutely, Queen. Beautiful, Queen. Beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
pray that the listeners get that, Queen, because you just dropped jewels, Queen. Yes,
Thank
Queen.
you. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, Queen.
Yeah.
So, Queen,
Hmm.
so when did you, tap into being an author? Excellent author, by the way, Queen. Excellent. You have brought some beautiful books to help with entrepreneurship, money, relationships. Beautiful books. So
Thank you. Thank you.
let's just
Well,
talk. How did
you
you
know,
start creating
well,
those things?
okay, living life itself, you know, you learn a
Mm,
lot. You know, I've been out, I was, you know, been out there a long time.
definitely.
I did a lot of plays. There weren't a lot of roles for me in California. There weren't
Right.
a lot of roles for me at that time. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it was a lot of sex roles they wanted me to play, which I wasn't going to do. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, well, if you're not going to do that, then you may not do anything, you know, kind of like attitude. But, you
Right.
know, I said, I'm not going to do that. But I did believe that I had other talents. I always wanted to be a psychologist, always wanted to do that. Good
Mm,
times came in, and I never was able to do it like
right.
that. But I sort of was kind of like that when I went on the road. I would meet friends, men, girls, whatever, and I became friends with them. When I would go back home, they would call me, we would talk about their relationships, and I started hearing the same types of things going on almost everywhere. And I'm like,
Right.
people are just, you know, we just, boy, this is a time where, you know, things are not right for us as a people or as
Right.
a man and woman. It's just things are not
Mm-hmm.
grooving right. And so they would ask my opinion and I would tell them, not that I was always right or anything, but I just tell them from my heart, hey, look, and I was very, very down the middle. I'm not biased. I feel if the girl is wrong and she asked me a question, I'm gonna say you shouldn't have done it that way. It's wrong.
Mm, mm-hmm.
And they're like, you got no, don't get mad. I'm telling you the truth. And if
Right.
the guy was wrong, I'd say, I don't think you should have handled it that way. It could have been done this way. It could have been that done this way if you want a certain result of this situation.
Right.
So this is how it kind of got. So that's what made me write my first book. Because after I had done a play and I was the producer, I was the star of the play. I had a lot of stars in the play. And I found that, oh, it was so draining because I had to be the mother, the father of the play. I had to be the star of the play. I had to walk some of these talents like they were glass, you know, and I'm like,
Mm, mm-hmm.
wait, wait, and perform. I said, after this run, I'm done for a while.
Mm,
So I
mm-hmm.
decided to do something that just depended on me. And
Mm,
what I did was I said, I need to write. I always wanted to write. I write a lot of poetry. So I said, God, you know, what am I going to do? You
mm,
know, it must be something that you want me to do because this doesn't feel good. So
mm,
then I got the whim to write the book and to tell, like, to give my opinion about it. that I wanted to write these situations. I said, maybe this will help people to understand that they're not alone and that we
Mm-hmm.
all go through certain things and they don't have to identify with the book. All they have to do is just read it and
That's
it'll
right.
get in their heads and they'll
Mm-hmm.
say, well, well, maybe I could, well, maybe I won't do that. Or, things like that. So that's how that book came about. And then when I was touring with the book, I realized that, a lot of relationships just don't work because of money.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't work because not just because people don't have money, but people have a certain attitude towards their own money.
Oh, yes.
You can share your money with a person, but if you have a spendthrift and then you have a person that likes to spend and you're all sharing money and somebody's spending too much money, I mean, it's a problem. How you feel about money. People have to have a relationship with their money first,
Right.
and then they can have a relationship with other people with their money.
Right.
Because
Right.
you get resentful,
Mm-hmm.
and so a lot of times, simple little things that I say that will save money. I am a Capricorn. Let's
Mm-hmm.
face it. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right.
waste stuff. So I'm like, if you're spending $10 a day, and you don't have a lot of money, but you're spending $10 a day on mocha coca coffee or whatever you're smoking, you're drinking. But I'm saying you're drinking that coffee every day. Okay, I said, okay, now if you just save that money for about a month, what would you have?
Right. Absolutely.
I think you could pay a bill, you
Right.
know. And so a lot of times when we have credit cards, we overdo it, and then we miss our deadline to pay it. Then we're paying it double. Or if you have a credit card, try to pay a little bit more so that you can start paying it down. Otherwise, you're going to pay interest, 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 and you're still going to owe the principal. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So you got to look at what you're doing with your money.
Right.
Um, More than two credit cards is enough. Maybe
Right.
three is enough.
Right. Right.
Handle little things at a time. And more importantly, you have to have discipline. You
Mm.
have to have discipline because a lot of times we're impulsive and we want to buy and we want to do this and we want to do that. But if you have a program and you have a budget and you follow that for a year or two, you'll be surprised at how much money you'll save and how
Mm.
far you'll go.
Absolutely.
It's
You are
not how
so.
much money, it's not how much money you make.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
what you do with your money that you have.
Right, Queen. Say that again, Queen. Say
It's
it
not
again.
it's not how much money you make. It's
Yes.
what you do with the money that you have. Because
That's
look how
right.
many rich people we've seen and they don't do their money right
Mm-hmm.
and their money leaves them. If you don't respect money, money will leave you.
Mm.
It's just like love. If you don't
Oh,
respect love, love will leave you.
absolutely. Absolutely, Queen. Absolutely, Queen. Yes, Queen. Queen, yes. Them jewels. Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. So Queen, before I get off, I just want you to know that I love you so much.
I
You
love
keep
you
being.
too, and
Thank
you
you,
are
Queen.
gorgeous, girl.
Thank you, Queen.
Look
Queen,
at
thank you,
you.
Queen. I got you know what's funny, Queen. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm having a little health issue right now, and I'm sick, just sick, feel like just puking everywhere. I'm that sick right now. But I
You don't
pray every
look it.
day that God will continue to
Well,
give me
let's
strength.
bind that.
Mm.
I believe. Let's bind that in the name of Jesus. Let's
Yes, ma'am.
bind that.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't want that.
At all. At
No,
all.
you cast that away from you.
Yes, ma'am.
In
Yes,
Jesus'
ma'am.
name.
Yes, ma'am, Queen. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
But Queen, you are just so beautiful. I'm gonna cry when I leave off. I'm not gonna cry for you, but I'm gonna cry when I leave off. And
I'm
Queen,
always here. I'm always here for you.
thank you, Queen. Thank you so much, Queen. And
Yeah.
Queen, by the way, your whole family, your daughters, beautiful,
Thank
beautiful
you.
daughters,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Look just like mommy,
And,
beautiful,
and
beautiful
they
family,
don't want to
Queen.
be actresses.
Yes,
No,
Queen.
they don't
Yes.
want to do it.
Oh,
They don't want any
yeah.
parts of it.
Yeah, Queen. So you continue being safe during this pandemic right now. You continue being you. Continue to drop your beautiful, legendary talents and gift God has blessed you with to this world, Queen.
Thank
Just
you.
continue, Queen. And you deserve
Okay,
your
baby.
flowers every day.
Thank
You know,
you. Thank
every day.
you.
Because you
Thank
are the
you.
foundation of many generations now.
Yes.
You know, there wouldn't
Yes.
be a lot of black actresses without a Thelma. A Thelma, it
Yes.
had to be a Thelma to
Yes.
start on a Good Times to lead us in so many
Thank you.
directions and show women empowerment and movement. And you showed it, Queen, all these years, still showing it. So, Queen,
Thank you,
you just
baby.
continue being you, Queen. And thank you so much for
You're
interviewing with me today,
welcome. You're
Queen.
welcome,
Thank you
lovely.
so
You're
much,
welcome.
Queen.
All
Thank you.
right, sweetheart.
Peace and blessings, Queen.
Okay, honey. You too.
Thank you, Queen. Bye bye.
Bye bye. I gotta cut it off. I gotta cut it off.
Thank you, beautiful kings and queens. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm so happy that I interviewed Miss Bernadette. I love that woman. But queens and kings, thank you so much for tuning in. You all continue to keep me in your prayers. I'm still battling some health issues right now. I've just became a herbal activist, so I'm more into herbs now, into really exercising, doing what I need to do to get better. I'm having some issues, but I pray that God is going to change it. He's going to turn it around in the atmosphere. So thank you to you all that have been praying for me, checking up on me. Thank you so much. Thank you for continuing to support the Mother Earth Show. I got so many great, beautiful things in stores. I cannot wait. I cannot wait because it's so much I have in stores, and I want to share with you all. It's just gonna be beautiful. This year is gonna be beautiful, despite what's going on right now. I pray and I know God is gonna change it around. And those out there right now that are struggling, that it feels like there's no hope, I want you to keep your head up and stay prayed up. Do not let the devil come in. Don't let the devil win. That's rebuke that right now in the name of Jesus. That things will be turned around for your good. God has your back and God has you. Always know that, and you gonna be all right, kings and queens. So. This is Mother Earth, A. And guess what? It's that time. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. So you all have a beautiful and blessed weekend. Stay prayed up. Remember, be you. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Your health is your wealth. Remember that and know that and have faith and keep God first. So I love you all, beautiful babies, kings and queens. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in today on the Mother Earth Show. Toodles, love you.